Hello, hello. How you doing, everybody? Oh, already somebody popped in. That's crazy. That's crazy fast. Please type in the box to let me know if you guys can hear me. It's crazy because last night I was losing my voice and now it is back strong. So praise God for that. Sometimes I get all squeaky, squeaky like when I was a teenager, when I was going through it. Um, you know, God's way of showing us our limitations, right? That talking every day for a year, once in a while, I got to be quiet, so I don't know. Like I always think that there's going to be some kind of, um, you know, laryngitis or something that's coming up, but it never happens. It always goes back to normal. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I only drink water, take care of myself in that way. What's up, Luke? What's up, Clutch? Glad my guys are here. I'm gonna have Faith on today and just chat about stuff. Chat about the trucker thing. Just get some opinions about what that is. Because I mean, Owen Benjamin did make a very good point about that. A lot of these industries, right? These like trucking or like landscaping or like all these different industries um have like a base of like immigrants that run these things, right? Like it's not a it's not a stereotype. It's more of just like a minor fact, right? That this is kind of what happens, right? But it's weird though, right? Because you would think about like Canada as being like patriotic, right? And I think that what's going on is really good because there's real people out there that are actually motivated and tired of it. Maybe it's bringing it on like at the very least, right? Real or not, it's bringing it on the conscience. Um, yeah. I did. Well, see, I agree with, like, here's the thing, right? I agree with Owen Benjamin a lot on things, right? I just like I think he's more in an insider Hollywood guy than he lets on, right? I think he's more like it's hard for me to believe that a person is like an ex Hollywood guy because you never hear about that. Like there would be all kinds of people like from the 80s or something like that that used to be in a movie that are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cash in my old fame when I was in like Ferris Bueller or something, But like you don't ever see that, you know. And so I have my little questions about him, but doesn't mean I disagree with him. Doesn't mean I disagree with him. He does make some good points, and you know, there's nothing that he's actually said that I really super disagree with. I mean, some things he's on the edge of like where I would go, right? But it is what it is, right? We're at a point in time where you can't trust anybody. Hey, Clutch, you can hit the. I mean, not Clutch, but Faith, you can hit the link if you want. Sorry, I've I should have had you on before I talked about the truckers, but so Trudeau had COVID after having 3 jabs. Oh my God! Oh, I said the word. Why did I say it? He tried calling tow trucks against the truckers, and they all can't tow the truck. Wow. Wow, man. That's so crazy. Look at how he lives on a homestead. He's banned from Airbnb, Instagram, Twitter. Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? I mean, how much of that is set up though, Clutch? You know, like sometimes I have this feeling, right, that there's these people that are like all like banned from the world, you know, and it's like you know, kind of like see, I got banned from this or that or whatever, you know. And so you know, who knows, right? Hey, Faith, you can click the link if you want. I don't see you on here. Did you get the link or no? Oh no, let me give her the link. I hope I gave her the link. Let me click it. Hold on. Sorry, Faith. If I didn't give it to you already, but here it is. Let's send it to your text messaging. Hey Hannah, how you doing? Glad to see you. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's banned from all that stuff, right? But it's like how much of that is like, oh yeah, they look, guys, they banned me too, man. Because he still always finds a way to make money. They never knock him totally off, you know. That's the whole thing with him. Like too many things work out, you know. If you're just a regular dude and it's hard to get on, you know. Yeah, he hasn't said nothing I disagree with, right? It's the same thing with Alex Jones, right? Like I agree with Alex Jones on most things, right? I mean, he's a little weird about no notifications, Faith. Oh my god. But I got 10 people though. I sent you a link. I sent you a link on your text messaging. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Click on if you want. Click on. I've been on for like 6 minutes. I'm all warmed up now. He gets his money through the mail. Yeah, no, true, right? But see, like, do you ever wonder, like, if he like gets money through like the like Hollywood or something like that, and like they support him, and then he just like, you know, asks people for donations and just gets a few that it's hard for me to believe he gets a lot of money that way, you know. Well, I guess if you have a couple 100,000 followers, you know, with him it's probably 500,000, you know. And no, but he likes to keep it low too. But he's got dedicated fans, so he might be getting some good money, I guess. Yeah, I know it. I know. How many people does he have on Bear Nation or whatever it's called? Bear Area or whatever it's called. Beartaria. Good morning, Faith. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. We're talking about Owen Benjamin. Do you think, okay, so Owen Benjamin, is he real or is he a shill or is it half and half, or what's your opinion on Owen Benjamin?
Um, I like him. I don't think he's a shill. He could be. Anyone could be. I could be.
Well, this is what I'm saying, right? So I agree with the stuff he says, right? He's a Christian guy, outspoken, right? So I like that. I mean, at least he's outspoken about being Christian, right? And then uh, he says a lot. Like I don't disagree with anything he says usually, right?
Right.
But he's a Hollywood guy, right? That's been in like movies and TV and had like, you
Yeah.
know, sitcoms and stuff like that. And the thing is, right, is you don't ever see like people that used to have sitcoms, like say like, you know, like that Bud Bundy from like, you know, the Bundys or whatever. And like you never see a guy like that out in real life, right? Going, oh yeah, I'm gonna cash in on my old fame of when I was on, you know, on the Bundys, right? Like it's like once you're in Hollywood, you're like in that weird Hollywood group, and you never associate with us or something. It,
Yeah. See, yeah, and I feel the same way about like say Joe Rogan or something. Like, you know what? You say some things that I agree with, but you're still in that club, and I'm not in
yeah.
it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and but it's weird, isn't it weird? Like they don't like you would think that like Hollywood people would like date like regular people, or you would see them like, you know, like Indiana or like Ohio somewhere, but like you like rarely ever see these people like out, and you wonder, right? Because they all date each other, right? It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. It just seems weird to me. It seems odd that I would have a chance to go to Hollywood if this is the way it is, right? Like, because they raise you to think, right? Like, oh, everybody's got a shot. You know, if you can play the guitar good, you practice, you'll sign a contract. You know, like they make you think that you could make it, you could become a star.
Right.
But I'm thinking it's only like certain people get like opportunities. You know, like the children of the elite people or something. You know.
Yeah, they want to make it seem like, oh, if you work hard and blah blah blah, you can make it like I did or whatever. It's like, no, you were selected. And it's probably the same thing for Owen Benjamin.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's either that or like Clutch said, like he like woke up from the system and then like is speaking out against them. I don't know. That sounds pretty thin, man.
but he's still in the system. If you wake up from the system, you would I would think you would do everything to get out of that system as far away from it as possible.
Well, they're saying
He's
like he's
still,
banned from all
still
these
a big
things,
name,
and
still a huge
yeah,
name.
yeah, true.
So I don't
To
know.
outrun that, because like look what,
I like his stuff. I like what he has to say. I'm glad that he, you know, has Christian values or so-called says he does. You know, that's great. But I still, a little part of me is like, well, but you're still in the system. You're
yeah, I'm a
still.
little skeptical too.
I think they need and I'm
Like
just
he's still friends with Adam Sandler, you know?
right,
Like
exactly. And see, I think that's something they need the left and the right always. So they need the so-called liberal or whatever, the people that push to trans and all that. They need that,
yeah,
but then they also need the opposition. Because if everyone was in Hollywood was for, oh, gay rights and all this, crap,
yeah, it would look funny, huh?
we'd be like, okay, screw Hollywood, let's exile Hollywood from everything. So they need the opposition there. They need the balance, you
Yeah.
know,
But
or
out of all of
or
them,
or
I would say, I would say out of all of them, I like watching Owen Benjamin. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, it's hard to trust it, but I would say he's like, I could watch his material probably. I don't usually, but
I
I
don't.
could watch it. You know,
Yeah, I don't usually watch it either. I know a few that are like diehard fans. Like, okay,
but I don't,
that's cool.
but I don't want anyone to like, I don't want anyone to like take it like bad, right? Because like because like I'm skeptical of everyone, man. I got to a point where I asked my own mom, right, for pictures of me in the hospital with her. Like that's how messed up I so don't get so if I'm skeptical about somebody, it's just because my whole thing is skepticism is like important for just life, just because of how brainwashed we are,
Well, yeah, trust no man,
Yeah, it's hard to trust anything anymore. Like
And we really
sometimes
do have to have discernment about all things, to be honest. This whole world's a lie.
I know it, man. Like I that's the thing that I think that I just I don't think I could get over, right? Is like I trust this story and I trust like everything that God did and I trust, how he redeemed us, right? I trust it all, right? But one thing I just don't get is why all the like why all the lies? Why couldn't we know from the beginning, like just the way things are, and just live our life that way? You know what I mean? Like if you're born here, you should just get your own little square. Everyone gets an equal spot. You know what I mean? And then like you live your life until it's time to go to heaven. You know?
Yeah, that's not how the enemy works. That's not how he works.
No, I know it. I know it. Everything was owned before I even got here. I'm like, man, you guys sold all this stuff and bought it before I even got here. How do I don't get a chance? You know what I mean? Like now I got to pay you, you know? Like you guys got
It
it
was funny.
free.
It was funny because I was watching Sacramento Truth Movement, one
Yeah.
of his videos, and he was like, "I blame Eve." And I
Oh,
was like, "You know what? I
wow.
do too."
Well, kind of. I mean, it was really,
He was being funny about it, but it's kind of the truth because yeah, we get. I think we the Lord when He made us, He gave us this world, But then
Yeah.
when we sinned, we gave up our rights to it.
Yeah.
And that's why Satan is the, you know,
Yeah. It's horrible.
owns all the kingdoms of the world. That's the only
Yeah.
way he's able to tempt Jesus with the kingdoms of the world, because they're his.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
It is a shame, man, that it's like I blame Adam more. That's what I'm I blame Adam more because God told Adam specifically, don't eat from the tree, and then Adam told Eve not to eat from it. Like it was like his job to let her
I
know.
blame Eve. Blame Eve because she's a woman and I'm a woman, and as a woman, you should have done better.
Yeah. It's like, why is this snake winking at me? What'd you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You,
It's a crazy world, man. Like it's hard to say like, well, if we were in that position, would we do anything different? Like, yeah,
yeah,
probably, but how do we know? How do we know just like what the deception was like and like when you okay, so we have the benefit of being babies and being raised and learning English, right? And like learning from our parents, don't touch the stove, right? You know,
yeah,
they were just like grown men and women, right? Like right from the beginning. Like they were just babies basically, you know?
yeah. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it would be really hard to say if you'd take the bait or not. I mean, because you got to walk with God in the garden. Like, why would you give that
Oh,
up?
that's great. I'm glad that Ash is doing good. Oh, thanks, K-Stover.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's so great. Sorry I didn't catch you or catch you earlier, but to say hi, I didn't see you in here. Sorry about that. Oh, that's great. Oh, it makes
Yeah,
me feel happy. She just had a hip replacement, hip surgery.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really good.
great. Yeah, it's just in the garden, right? Like them being like just innocent, right? Like babies. But like Adam did name all the animals in an hour or something. Like he was hella smart though.
Yeah.
Because how would he even come up with some of those names, you know?
I don't know.
Like, I'm gonna call this the toucan. This is the alligator over here, you know?
I'm sure there were different names and just were changed when as time
Yeah,
went by.
of course, yes, yeah.
But
They spoke
still,
like
you have to have a
Hebrew.
great mind to be like, look at a lion and be like, that's a lion.
Right, and like name all the cats, like, you know, names that all are related. Like, I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's one heck of a job.
But that was good that like
But they lived longer
God
then. They lived longer then too. So they had, let's just say,
900 years. Can
they had all
you
the time.
imagine being 900? Like, oh, hey, Faith, you don't look like a day above 700. Like, you know, like your skin is so nice, you know.
Say that to someone nowadays.
Oh, I know it. Like 700. Oh, it says it sucks having to walk on eggshells around Owen though. If you say something he disagrees with, or even if it's based, yeah, he'll take it the wrong way and you get banned for life. That is true. Like it is kind of like a cult, right? Like if you say something crazy or not even crazy, just like off the cuff, you're like, "Oh, you're banned for life." I know people with like 4 accounts that watch Owen Benjamin. It's hard to get unbanned too, man. Like if you get banned on accident or you were a good bear for a long time and then you get banned, it's hard to get unbanned, I hear.
I do have to say the bears do stick for each other.
I know it. Well,
Hard.
see, the thing that started scaring me, right, is it's like he changes your language, right? He changes your he's like, oh yeah, man, we're crushing, man. Like you'll add these extra words that you got to start saying, right? Like it's like a cult in a way, right? Because it's like now you're saying all these words that like you never said before, you know, and then now like I don't know, man. It just seemed kind of weird to me. If you don't adapt to that kind of thing, then you're out, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I heard Arwen one time, right? He was talking about because he watches the Bears too, right? And he said that Owen like commented on one of his comments, and he said he felt like like approval washing all over him and
Oh,
everything. Like, you know, like he felt like like so good about him mentioning his comment. I'm like, that sounds like a cult to me, man. That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, when I have a sub and they like I go to their channel and they give me a heart, I'm like, "Oh, cool." But I'm not
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god." Like, no, it's like, "Okay, great. You like my comment. Cool. Move
Right,
on."
right.
I'm not like gushing. Jeez.
No,
Sounds like
yeah, like
man
when
worship to
yes,
me.
see, like when he like Clutch is saying the gamma behavior, like you like that's another thing that he says, like, oh yeah, these guys are gamma males or whatever, you know. Like I never even heard that of that before. Before Owen said that, or Grabbler, he says Grabbler a lot. Oh yeah, these Grabblers, they come in and they take care of the bankers and
What's a
what.
grappler? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he calls them gold because he doesn't make it racial, right? Like you know how like people would normally make fun of bankers or Hollywood people are all the same kind of people, right?
Uh-huh,
He's
yeah.
just like calls them grabblers, you know, and it's like anybody could be a grabbler if you act like a grabbler, you know, which I think is more fair, you know.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. And then he had this thing that's like called Grabbler football or something like that. And he's like announcing like I don't know, man. It was funny. I can't. There's no way I could recreate it. It was too funny.
Hey, Vader, I'm glad you woke up to listen to chat.
Yeah. What's up, Vader Jones? How you doing?
That's why I didn't wanna reschedule because she was like, "I gotta make sure I'm up for it." So, it's good to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It is good. It is good to see everybody here. I mean, we had 17 in chat yesterday, right? But the point is, right, is there was no fights. Usually when it
Yeah.
gets like above like 15, there's always some kind of fight, you know? And we've been doing
Almost
so
always.
good. And we've been doing good. Like, but it'll hit 15 or 16 and there'll be no dissension, you know?
Yeah.
And part of that is because, like, you know, maybe keeping some of the topics a little lighter because you know, people were making a point, right? All this doom and gloom and stuff like that, right? Like we know what's going on out there. We don't need to talk about it every day, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, it's a drag, you know, whatever, the lies, you know, like yeah, we know, right? But like
Yeah.
sometimes it's good just to, you know, I don't know, focus in on like, hey, well, who are these people that we're learning from? Like, are like, what is your opinion on these people? Like, maybe we all have a different perspective because Ray of Sunshine brought up a couple pastors that you know, like I think are good, right? But like, it's hard for me to get behind anybody anymore and say, "Well, this
Mhm.
person I totally trust. Go to this person for all the truth." You know,
Yeah.
it's hard, right? So, what
I
kind of truthers do
I
you watch? Like,
yeah, I can't do that. I can't be like, "Yo, check this guy out. He's a truth teller." I
Mhm.
don't even like calling people that anymore because anyone can lie to you, anyone, at any time, about anything. You know, the only
Yeah,
truth I
that is.
truly stand on is the word of God.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it, you know,
That's
that's the
it.
only truth I can really stand on. Because a man is gonna be a man.
I
That includes
know.
women, includes women. When I say man, I mean humankind.
Yeah. It's a shame, right? That like there's
Shame, but
always going to be someone that's going to want to pull you in a certain direction, right? They
yeah.
want to incite your behavior to do a certain thing, you know?
Yeah, and Veda
And
actually
that's
kind of inspired me yesterday because she was, like, texting us some funny videos, and I was like, "You know what? I should put one of these funny videos on my channel just because
yeah, Shark
we don't
Wahlberg.
need all the doom and gloom all the time. We gotta laugh. We have to laugh."
I like that one, the Shark Wahlberg.
It was
Sharky
hilarious.
Shark.
There's another one, it was a video of bats hanging upside down, but they recorded it upside down, so it looked like the bats are standing, and they were, like, moving to some music. Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for
Yeah,
cheering me
that's
up,
good.
Veda. They're
It,
cute.
it, it is it's good to remember that, right? It's like but like what's crazy is like now like I'll like to take a break from like the monotony of like you know reading the Bible all the time, right? Like I love it. There's no, I'm not saying I don't, but like you need to break every once in a while to like start craving it again, you know. And so like I'll watch little cartoon clips or whatever, you know, just to try to like, even if it's something absurd or totally mainstream that like you're like, wow, man, look what the mainstream is doing, man. I got to get back to my word, right? But
Right. It
I,
just
I've been clicking on these ones that are like doing like the Dusty Trail one, man, and there's a couple other ones. I'm like, man, what? Like, I'm like, these things are happening in my life, man. What is
yeah,
going on with these people? Well,
yeah.
you wonder,
It
right?
also
Like,
it also gives you like more certainty that there really is only one truth, and that's the word of God. It
that's
just
it.
confirms it. It confirms it. But
That's it.
that
It's so
that video was
crazy.
funny. The shark video was funny. So it's good to get that laugh in there.
Well, so they had this one clip right from Family Guy that I thought was the most absurd thing ever. Right? Is like, okay, so they got a dog, right? They
Yeah.
got a dog. His name is Brian, but he goes on dates with like real women, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which is gross already, right?
Yeah.
And then like he dated Quagmire's dad, who is transgender, right? So it was a transgender and a dog, right? And
Gross.
then I know this is what's crazy, right? And then uh Stewie made another Brian, like a robot Brian, which is not even a human or a dog, right? And there was going to be like a copy of Brian to be like, you know, like his legacy to leave behind, right?
Wasn't the
And
robot really stupid or something?
well, no, he ended up having a relationship, a intimate
Oh.
relationship with his own robot self.
Oh, it's like transhumanism.
It's yeah, it's like every kind of gross, right? And you know, and that's not even the worst part. You got a pervert living down the street, you know, it's like always talking about how he loves the boy that lives there. I mean, what how absurd can you get, right? When people are saying that like this stuff is funny, right? And I'm like, it's way past funny. Like it's like I'm
Yeah.
like, how did this
I
even
stopped
happen? You
I
know?
stopped watching shows like that. Like, I haven't seen Family Guy in freaking years. Even when I did watch it, I never really found it funny. I found it just
It's
weird.
full of mainstream stuff, full of symbolism.
Yeah,
Like
but then I just stopped watching pretty much I don't even watch TV anymore because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. If they're not gonna have
everywhere.
in it, they're gonna have an animal that speaks and dates humans. It's like, that is disgusting. That's not I don't even find that funny in one way, shape, or form. It's gross. And
Yeah.
then they lightly throw in some pedophilia stuff, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, they had The Rock, right? Dude, wasn't The Rock on
SNL.
yeah, SNL making some kind of robot, a molesting robot or something? And I
Yeah, just
mean,
a molesting a robot. Oh my god. It was like, it's not even, and then they had the laugh tracks. Like, yo, that's not funny.
I know. And he
It's
was
not
like he was like in wrestling, right? So he was like a hero to all these kids, right?
Oh, I
And
used to
then he
love
does
Rock
this.
growing up.
It's crazy, man.
But he was also on something else. I can't say what it was because I don't remember. And he was talking about
Uh,
eating
Scorpion,
cheese. And then he was
Scorpion
like,
King or something.
"Oh, how old are you?" And the dad or the person said he's 12. Oh, he was like, "Oh, you're fine then, up to 10." Like, that's not even funny.
No. Ugh. Yeah, that's not. Man, man. I can't believe that the world has like gotten to that point. Like how like it wasn't like that. It doesn't seem like 5 years ago. Because remember when Quagmire's dad became transgender, they made a joke about putting like plastic over the seat or so, like putting a garbage bag on the chair or something like that. You know, like almost like she was disgusting. But then now it's like it's totally accepted, and you're wrong for ever making fun of her. You know,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it is
it's
like,
very weird. Like in 5 years, like where it came from.
yeah, if you have a tranny
No,
in
I know,
your show,
Ray
you're
of
a
Sunshine. I
hero.
know, Ray of Sunshine. I know you didn't say all of the truth. I know you didn't say that. I only mentioned you by saying like we watch other things and like it's good to get opinions from each other. Don't do that. I didn't say that you said all the truth. I didn't say that. I just said that you said that there were some good pastors, and I'm like, I think they're good, but I can't. I can't get behind anybody because I'm just horrible. Basically, is what I said.
Hi, Shannon.
Ray, be nice to me. She's mad at me.
Oh, Ray.
I know. I don't want her to be mad at me because it makes me feel
I
bad
know.
on the inside. Yeah, I'm like, oh, don't be mad.
Love you too, Shannon. Loving your videos. Keep rocking. That soup looks so good. That vegetable soup. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, that soup was good. Yes.
Veggie soup or stew is like my favorite. And she was just like chunking it up. I was like, yes, chunky soup. Want a
So
bowl?
explain. See, now I don't know. What I don't get is the how. Like, I want to learn how to make that soap or whatever, and I didn't get a chance to watch that whole thing. There was one with soap or something
think
like that.
I watched one with her where she was talking about the ingredients in deodorant, which I agree with her is bad, but I didn't see her making soap or deodorant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then
Maybe I
that's
missed
what
a
I
vid-
want to see.
Maybe I missed a video, or maybe she's got it coming up. Soap is pretty easy to make, I've heard though.
Yeah, I agree with Clutch. He said, he goes, you can say this about watching other people watch them, but you don't have to worship them or agree with every form. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Form your own thoughts. That's a good way of putting it.
Well
And
said.
so, yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing, right? It's hard for me to look, I've been like, we've been lied to for so long, right? That, like, it's so hard for me to trust anybody. Like, I'm just that type of person. It's not like anything personal against anybody. I'm just like a no, and nobody's saying that you worship anybody.
No.
He was just saying that to like about Owen Benjamin, about like he was making a general statement, right? Like about all the ones. It's not personal, Ray. Come on.
Yeah, no one was accusing you of worshiping
Yeah.
anyone.
Mm-mm. You're like super loved here. And so what were we talking about?
Oh, so she did make a video listing the ingredients in the deodorant, and then she said you can change it up and make your own. And
Yeah,
Clutch
that's what
makes
I
soap.
want to do.
It's
Oh,
time.
Clutch made soap?
Yeah, it's time consuming though.
Yeah, I want to know how to do that. Like, what, you got to cook it or something? Like, what do you got to do? Like, what's I don't understand I don't understand how to, like, what you got to do to make, like, oh, she said it's only 5 or 10 minutes.
Really?
Oh, so you just, oh yeah, so she just makes the stuff and then goes and takes a shower right away. Like, he's talking about making a bar of soap or something, probably.
Oh, okay.
She says it's only 5 or 10 minutes. She says, catch about living healthier is that you have to take your time to make your own stuff. Yeah. And the
Hmm.
problem with convenience of buying other products is that you're buying stuff someone else made. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, I sometimes I think that, like, that's how the devil gets you, right? Is to like get you to consent to something that you don't know you're consenting to, right? Like, okay, we put the ingredients on the box, right? So if you use it, it's on you, you know? But how, like, number one, how are we supposed to know all those things and what they do, right?
So,
And
but I
then if
think
you
they make
do,
the names. I think they make the name so long and complicated and they just irritate you, so you don't actually look into what those ingredients actually are. So you're just like,
I
yeah.
think so too. Yeah.
I mean, he's the great deceiver. So
They try to make it like intimidating, right? Like, it's even like other science stuff, like they try to like put all these equations and, like, make it look way more difficult than it really is. They use bigger words, like,
see, I think we naturally want things to go pretty quickly. Like naturally, like you don't want to wait for something for bread to rise. Let's just say.
right,
But
yeah.
that's the best way is to have your bread sit there for a couple hours to raise and then throw it in the oven. But we naturally don't. want to wait. We want it now,
That's
now,
right.
now. And I think the enemy understands that we want it now, 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 and it's getting even worse now. Everyone wants a video downloaded in 1 to 2 seconds. It's like it's better to wait on things, you know.
Yeah. That's why this 5G is gonna.
Right, the mic like, when they came out with the
Yeah.
microwave, like, everyone wants their food quick, quick, quick. It's like, okay, you don't want anything baked in the oven anymore? Like,
Yeah, I
oh,
mean, like, oh man,
yeah, I think you're right. I
it's
think
just
she's talking about the Cinco Hay.
what happened.
I think Vader is talking about 5,
Oh
you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know I said it already. I shouldn't have said it, but yeah, it's true, man. It's like because like we forget that information is like it's not invisible. I mean it is, but it's like actual stuff that needs to travel through a medium. Like it needs to travel through the air, and so it travels in these microwaves, right? Like a text message has to travel from my phone to your phone, you know.
Right.
And so all these microwaves are hitting us, like all this information going back and forth in computers and all that stuff with Wi-Fi and with the 4G and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like when it was just like all cable modems and like dial up, it was different, right? But wireless has changed everything, and so
Yeah,
like
for
it
sure.
it's frying us, man, slowly, but it's
Well, like, when you think of ooh, Rick's yelling at Gabe. If you think of, I won't even say it, but that, like, I just look whenever I heard that Trump's island is it an island? I think it's uh, Mar-a-Lago. There's none there. None.
Yeah.
He doesn't allow any of that there. It's like there's something up with that. Like if it was safe and not harming anyone, not causing cancer or anything, why do you have nothing there, Trump? Riddle me this, Batman.
Right. Yeah. Well, yes, Shannon, you can go ahead and switch if you want. I don't know what you mean, but yeah, you can do it. Oh yeah, yeah, you can pull. Yeah, yes, you can. I gave you that wrench to use, to build your channel up.
Oh, they swapping recipes.
Yeah, yeah.
Clutch says he has a decent wine recipe. Ooh.
What? How do
Yeah.
you make wine? Is it like grape juice at first? Because I think grape juice tastes better.
Yeah.
It tastes good. It does. Have you ever had grape juice? It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
I like Luke.
I asked Tom if he wanted to join today, but he was like,
What? Vader? You making vodka?
"Nah, you don't have a vodka recipe. What do you do? Squeeze the potato? Like, how do you make it? I don't know. Like, how would you even make it?
Oh man.
You would need like equipment or something, wouldn't you? It's like
Well,
somebody said, "Oh yeah,
she's
I
just
gotta."
saying she has a recipe. She's not saying she knows how.
Oh, she has the recipe. It's like, oh yeah, I have a marijuana recipe laying around. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say something worse, but I didn't want to.
I was too, but
Some other kind of drugs. Yeah, yeah.
something about
Why does that kind of depravity ever pop into our head? Like
I know.
thinking about drugs from back in the day. Like, why did I ever try anything? Why am I so curious as a person, right? I should just have lived my life normal. I was nice. I'm a nice person. I should have just walked away from all that stuff.
No, you weren't
You
meant to.
know, I wasn't meant to. I know, man. But like, every once in a while in my life, right? Like something would go, wrong or things wouldn't go right. And then I would make some dumb decision, like, oh yeah, I'll just do this and get rich, man. Like stupid, like why would I think that way? Like, it's just, I don't know, just,
I don't know about that brownie recipe, Vader.
Yeah, those brownies.
Know what you be putting in them.
So when you guys are talking about it being 30 below zero, are you guys talking Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because I was thinking that like you guys were having like skin pulled off your arms, being out there, But then
Oh,
people were saying it was Celsius, so it's really only like it would only be like zero in real life, but it's like negative 30 up there.
who is saying that?
No, like so like when they say in Canada, oh yeah, it's negative 30, right?
Uh,
They're talking about Celsius. They're not talking about Fahrenheit.
oh yeah, they do the Celsius thing, don't they? I don't even.
Yeah, and so it would be like 3 degrees or something like that, or like
Right,
negative 30 would be still over zero, because like their zero is 32 degrees for us,
right.
and so like I thought it was way worse. I'm like, oh man, it's like 30 below zero up there, man. All these they're gonna die. For like I was scared for you. I was like so scared, right? I'm like, dog, if they go outside, man, it's like their face will fall off, they'll freeze.
Man,
But
that would be crazy.
I know, yeah, because like you think of like Antarctica, like people out there like trekking the trail.
Yeah,
But I'm sure it's cold. I mean, it's pretty cool. But I mean, Ohio is cold too.
it's
That's
cold
what I'm
here.
saying. 30
Yeah,
below is like something huge. Like I'm like, what? 30 below? No way.
that would be
Like
crazy.
you got to for sure make sure your animals are inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a frozen cat. That'd be horrible.
Oh no.
I know. That'd break my heart.
I remember at one time as a kid, we found a dead frozen cat in the snow. It was awful.
What?
Yeah, it was just frozen in the snow, all stiff. Oh, it was,
Oh my god.
we buried it, gave it a little funeral, but it was so sad. As a kid, too. I think I was 9.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So heartbreaking. I used to love little animals. Like I used to get a bunch of animals, but like I don't know. Like I wasn't good at taking care of animals, so a lot of them my parents gave them away. But a couple of them I kept on, kept hold of.
Yeah.
And I love like I haven't had a dog since I joined when I was in basic training. My dog died, and so that it was traumatic for me because I was I was gonna bring my dog with me and everything. It was gonna be great. But then like my dog died of like had like a cancerous tumor, and so they put him to sleep without even telling me. And
Man.
then I know it's so sad, isn't it? Right? Like right at the end, I'm telling this sad story. But then
Oh.
I never had a dog again after that.
Well, it's
I
hard
should,
after that, I think. My husband had 2
yeah.
dogs, and it's hard for him right now to get another dog because, he still remembers them, and it's sad for him.
I want to get a little teddy bear dog. You know what I mean? One of those ones that are all
Little
furry,
teacup.
got four little stubby legs.
Yeah.
Like they're so small you could put it on like a tea plate or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A little
Just a
teacup
little,
dog.
yeah, a little tiny dog, a little tongue. I think that would be
Those are
great.
cute. Those are
I want
cute.
to.
No,
I
they're
want
running around the house. I feel like someone will step on it.
Well, I have an apartment, so it's not like I don't have
And
a big
it's just
area for it to
you.
run
You don't
around.
have 3 kids running around.
Yeah, true that. I don't have no one to terrorize it, but I need some place for it to run around. And there's grass and stuff out here, but it's not like it's more like built for like people that like to go to like pools or gyms or
Mhm.
there's a beach volleyball court here and a couple of different things that are interesting, but like for a dog, you need grass and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it,
Well, do
it's
you have any
it,
dog parks by you?
um not out this way. Like I would have to get a car and drive out. Like I'm live in an area where I don't even really need to own a car because everything is just in within distance, right? But like if I wanted to go have a dog, I'd have to get a car and like be able to get to the other side of town.
I see. Hey, what's up,
But
2 Liter J?
yeah,
Sacramento
yeah.
moving.
Sack Truth in the house, right? What's up, Sack Truth? But guess what time it is?
Dusty Trail.
It's time to hit the old dusty trail. Oh, there's Shulamite. How you doing, Teresa? Nice to
Shannon,
see
we'll
you.
all chip in. We'll all chip
Yes,
in.
yes. Oh, yeah, I would love to have a dog. Yes, for Christmas next year. All right, guys. Well, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All
Amen.
glory to God because he deserves it. Pray for the children, please. Thank you, Faith, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Love you guys.
And I'll see you guys tonight at 5 p.m.